Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Payne, and today I'm here with Mr. Doug Frederick. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Doug Frederick, co-founder and executive vice president, responsible for health and wellness for Optimal Field Services.
Awesome. So thank you so much for your time. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. The first question I'm going to ask you today, Mr. Frederick, is going to be who is responsible for the budgetary process within your organization?
Each department head is responsible for their own budgets, but the final say at the end of the year is myself and my business partner.
Okay, and what specific policies are put in place within this organization?
Each department head comes to the table with specific applications, the things that they're going to spend money on, the things that they're going to remove. Typically, from year to year, we try to increase the budget anywhere from 5 to 10%, but we need to understand and validate why it is, why we're spending the money, and what we're getting on the return on that investment.
Okay, and for that specific budget, how often is that revised?
The budget itself is formulated once a year at the end of each fiscal year, which is October. Once a quarter, it's discussed, revised, and by the October of that year, it's finalized for the upcoming year.
So within those meetings, what specific input do y'all gather from all the different department heads?
With regards to health and wellness, from HR, we want to understand what's benefiting Optimal Field Services, what's benefiting the employees. From the standpoint of when you're looking at a situation where the economics are not there, we need to cut corners. Health and wellness is one of those corners that we really don't want to cut. So the department head, the HR director, needs to come to the table with specific ideas and goals in mind.
Okay, and so do all employees have access to the budget information?
They are told what the budgets are and what the constraints are for that year, but they don't have physical access because of security reasons.
Okay.
We don't want those budget we don't want the budget type information out on the streets, out to a competitor.
Absolutely. So as the budget financial manager, what do you believe the 3 most important facets within that organization?
Within our organization, the 3 facets are obviously HR, health and wellness, operational issues from the budget's concern for our reinvestment in the company, and sales and marketing, those 3 aspects.
Okay. And how often are the budget figures derived from year to year?
How often are the budget figures? We usually, like I said earlier, we usually get together once a quarter, and then that information is disseminated between the department heads and also the executive management committee.
Okay, and ultimately, who is in charge for the budgetary process? Who's accountable for that?
Each department head is accountable for each budget. They're responsible for maintaining the budget for that year. If they underspend or overspend, we need to have some type of verification as to why they're doing that.
Okay, and so in the health and wellness concentration, what technology application do y'all use?
That's a good question. We actually adopted a basic Excel spreadsheet, Microsoft application, but we also have pedometers on people's phones. They are reimbursed for gym memberships. They're also paid up to $150 a month to walk. So we pay our employees to walk. We see that as a benefit from a productivity standpoint, but also health and well-being, mentally and physically, the state of that each employee. We see the benefit of having that monetary incentive for them to go out and be healthy.
Okay, and what do you like about that software?
It's simple. Everyone has access to Microsoft Excel. It's a spreadsheet. It gets turned in every month. The payments are basically paid from that spreadsheet and from that application on the phone.
Okay, and what are some of the problems that you've come in contact with that software?
That's a good question. The spreadsheet itself is fairly self-explanatory, but you have to trust that each employee that the information and the data is accurate. So the thing that we worry about is the employee actually doing what they're saying they're doing, or is it the monetary spend or the money that they get from month to month, is that the incentive? And
how did y'all learn about that application? You said you adopted it?
We did. We adopted it from a previous employer that myself and my business partner worked for, and we just thought it was a great added incentive for people to come to work at Optimal Field Services.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Frederick. That's going to be all for today.
Thank you, Ms. Smith.